LeBron capped off his showdown with Steph Curry on Wednesday night with his longest three-pointer of the season, knocking down a 34-footer in the final minute to put the Lakers ahead for good. Steph was asked what it was like to be on the wrong end of a dagger three and responded by saying, quote, "I've seen it before," about 5 years ago, referencing the shot that Kyrie Irving hit in front of Curry in the final minute of Game 7 of the 2016 Finals. That shot. Oh, it's honestly, every single time you see it, it's special. Shannon, do you agree that he has seen this before?
The shots were very similar, but the value is different. Skip, one was hit in the Game 7 of the NBA Finals, ended up winning them the ball game. Although this won them the ball game. Skip, the NBA can't decide what this is. Is this a regular season game? Is this a playoff game? Hell, for all they know, hey, they just played. This might be a summer league game.
It didn't happen.
Basically, it didn't happen, Skip. See, that's what LeBron was talking about. I can't get no credit. I get no value. This game has no nutritional value for me in the stat column. And so, get what he said. If you remember, the shot clock was also winding down when Kyrie had the ball. He shot the ball with about 3 seconds. So by the time it hit the net, it was about 1 second left on the clock. So he's like, okay, the difference is Steph was guarding Kyrie. He was just closing out. He's like, hey, oh, man, LeBron. And that's what happens, Skip. We see a lot of this in football. That's why a lot of guys don't chase. Because whoever chased the guy to the end zone, people automatically assume that was your man. And that's why I be looking around like, nah, that wasn't me. So for me, if Lakers go on and win, Skip, maybe the shot has the same value because it launched them into a direction that they wanted to be in. But I get what Steph is saying. Both of these shots were hit on me, and people are going to remember because they're going to go back and look at the one in the championship game. They're like, damn, Steph, Kyrie put that in your eye. And they go fast forward 5 years and say, damn, Steph, LeBron put that one in your eye too. So I get what he's saying. It's like both of these shots, three-point shots, game-winning shots, was hit on me, so it seemed like, man, I can't even catch a break. Because every big shot that, somebody's hit, with, I guess, playoff implications, one with a championship implication, happened on me. So I get what he's saying, Skip, but these are two different shots, three-pointers. Yes, clock winding down, but the value of Kyrie's shot versus the value of LeBron is in two different stratospheres.
So when I first saw this clip of Steph saying, "I've seen this before," I was like, it took me aback. I had to sit back and say, "You've seen what before?" And I started thinking, wait a second, is my memory serving me here? Did LeBron hit that shot in Game 7? Has he seen LeBron do this to him before? No, he has not.
Right.
So he was somehow confusing the Kyrie and LeBron shots or making them the same. They're completely dissimilar to me because they don't belong in the same breath that Steph put them in. Because let's reconstitute what was happening in that Game 7 at Oracle. Remember, Golden State had a 3-1 lead, and they started to fall apart when Draymond was suspended for Game 5 at Golden State. And here came your Cavaliers, and yet there they went in the fourth quarter of Game 7, because I'll give LeBron this. He did hit a 3 to put them up 2. That was 89-87. Look how low scoring it was, 89-87. Both teams, frankly, were having a hard time finding the basket.
The nerves, you could tell the nerves were there.
Okay, so LeBron hit a 3. It's 4:53 left. I'm giving you credit for this, to put them up 2. But from that point on, neither team could hit a shot for the next about 4 minutes. In fact, a little more than 4 minutes. And over that stretch, the Cavs went 0 for 6. This is ahead of Kyrie's shot. They had gone 0 for 6 in that stretch, and LeBron had gone 0 for 4 after that 3 he hit. He missed a 22-footer that would have put them up 2. Then he missed a 13-footer that would have put them up 2. Then he missed a driving layup. Iggy I think he got his fingertips on it. He got a block on it. That would have put them up 2, and then he missed a little 5-footer off the glass that would have put them up 2. So LeBron had gone 0 for 4 in that stretch. They're just clanking and choking. They can't buy a basket. So late in that clock, Kyrie says, okay, well, just give me the ball and get out of the way because I'm going to do this. So it wasn't a last-second shot clock shot like LeBron's was the other night. he had some time to dance on Steph, who was all over him, stayed right with him. Steph did a pretty good job of defending him and leaped and got a hand up in his face.
I think Steph was probably more worried about Kyrie going by him. So, you know, Skip, he wasn't
But he didn't buy any of that.
No.
No, I mean, he stayed with it. He stayed down, and he got a hand up, and Kyrie had to fall back just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Yeah.
And that could actually been and one, actually, because Steph got in his airspace coming down.
But the thing was, Skip, is that when you what Steph is saying is that, look, I understand the value of the shots are totally different. One is an NBA Finals with the Larry O'Brien award on the line, and the other is for a chance to be the 7th seed. Obviously, the value is different, but the shot, Skip, it's a three-point shot. And all people are going to remember, Skip, is that look who, and in both of them, who's in the photo? Steph.
Okay.
And
So
Steph was like,
what do you think? He's getting Paul George?
Yeah, they're playing Steph said, man, I can't even catch a break.
All right. Well, his team couldn't catch a break in that Game 7 because I'm going to remind everybody, in Games 5, 6, and 7, Steph just went south on them. He played smaller than he actually
Skip,
is.
I don't really I don't know what he could have done. When you have two guys go off for 41 apiece, and LeBron had, what, 41, 12 and 8, and the next game he had 41, 16 and 7. So when LeBron, in Game 5, I don't know what else Steph could have done.
He could have fought fire with fire.
Skip, you had two.
We all acknowledge he's the greatest shooter in the history of this league.
But he can't. So he would have to offset what they got from LeBron and Kyrie. He would have needed to score 80 because they gave him 42. They gave him 41 apiece.
Well, he did have this guy named Klay Thompson alongside, so you don't think they can fight fire with fire?
Well, Klay. Klay should have gave you one of them 60 pieces there.
Okay. What do most people think? Is Steph more valuable than Klay? Well,
of course.
He won back-to-back MVPs. Of course he is. So in Game 7 in his house, Steph Curry went 6 of 19 from the field. He went 4 of 14 from 3. He only got to the free throw line one time and made one free throw. In the fourth quarter of that game, as all this clanking was going on, what did Steph do? He went 1 for 6. This is his house. He went 1 of 5 from 3. He shot no free throws, and he had one huge turnover, as you remember, when he went behind the back and threw it in the third row.
Yeah, that was the Lombardi Trophy he threw out of bounds.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Steph.
Thank you very much.
But Skip, I think the thing is that what people want is that Steph and LeBron has a very high level of respect for one another. And I think the thing is somehow over the years, and what these old guards want to do, well, Steph should hate LeBron, and LeBron should hate Steph. When Wilt and Bill, they would have dinner at each other. Wilt would go to Bill Russell's house and have dinner. Guys didn't always hate each other. Magic and Isaiah was the best of friends, but they could compete. So this notion that I got to hate you, Skip, this is not a Michigan, Ohio State, or Alabama, Auburn type situation. People don't have to, look, LeBron James and Steph Curry can do battle and still at the end hug it up and say, bro, that was a hell of a game. Man, you a hell of a player, yada, yada, yada. I don't have to hate you to build up something to like, I hate Steph, I want to do this so bad. No, it's the level of competition. You want what I want what you want, and only one of us is going to be able to get it. That's good enough for me. And if we hey, we want to break bread, like I said, I don't know how close they are off the field, court. I know they're not like probably D. Wade and LeBron or Melo and LeBron, but I think they have enough respect for one another and respect for what the other has done in this league. So this notion that, and this old guy, oh man, they need to hate each other. Y'all didn't hate each other. I'm sure, how many times you think Charles Barkley went out with Michael Jordan before a game? He didn't, so did he hate Michael? But they quick, y'all hate him. Oh, I didn't like this guy. But guess what? They vacationing, they playing cards, they going to Vegas together. They weren't hating each other.
Because Michael got a kick out of Charles.
But it's
because Michael was not at all threatened by Charles on the court.
Well, he should have been threatened.
Because Michael knew that psychologically he would own Charles on the court.
Well, Skip,
he knew Charles was in awe of him and in fear of him.
Well,
case closed.
These guys today, Skip, is probably a lot different. A lot of these guys probably grew up playing against each other in AAU. A lot of these guys, Skip, probably played on the same AAU ball club, traveled in the same circle. So it's different, Skip, where the only time you read about a guy, you read about it in the paper, he was from Chicago, you from California, like, oh, that's him? And then you went to college. Skip, these guys, if you play AAU ball, you in the NBA, I guarantee you, these guys have seen each other. Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum went to the same high school. Now, they're a few years apart, so you know they know each other, Skip. So what? They supposed to hate each other? Nah, you could play a hard-fought game and still be cool.
So obviously, Kyrie shot, he created, he danced, he went up and shot it, and it was for the championship.
Yeah.
LeBron's shot was at the end of the clock.
He created.
He
He
didn't have to create anything. It was like, oh my God, I have to shoot this. I see 3 rims. I think I'll pick the middle one.
He put that last king. He put that last king of Scotland. That Forrest Whitaker eye. He closed that left one.
It accidentally went in. Way to go.
Zoom that thing in.
And it had such magnitude that the stats don't even count. That's how big a deal that shot was.
Hey, LeBron did that thing right there.
Yeah.
I can't see. He said, I can't see. He said, what happened? All he heard was the crowd. He couldn't see a thing.
If he had been able to see, he would have missed.
No, he wasn't there. You see what you did?
No,
you see what you did right there.
That's the truest thing I've said on this show today.
No.
See, now all of a sudden, he couldn't even see the basket. He just threw it up and it went in.
Yeah. It was a lucky, desperate heave and hope.
No, Skip. You know what I found out, Skip? The harder I work, the luckier I got.
Yeah.
That's what I figured out. So LeBron James said, the more work I put into this thing, the luckier I get. That's why he hit those shots. There's a reason why he got 5 buzzer beaters in playoff history.
Well, he must not be working that hard to get better because he's still playing on one leg. At least that's what they say.